Alright, go ahead.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You rocking with DJ Doubleohtevin, and you watching The Spill with my boy Juice. I said it wrong.
You're live in the mix with DJ Doubleohtevin.
Yo, what up, everybody? You rocking with DJ Doubleohtevin, and you watching The Spill with Geuceshotit.
How'd you get your start up in the industry?
Well, DJing with me, it started when I was in college. I always had a bunch of music on my phone. Back when I had an Android, so I was able to get any song that I wanted to for the free.
Yeah.
And so when we would be at little house parties, kickbacks, I would always end up plugging my phone up to the aux cord. And eventually, I just got tired of having my phone connected to the aux cord. I was like, dang, what can I do to like spice this up? And so basically, I found Virtual DJ on Google, which was like a free DJ software. Taught myself how to use that. Remember my first gig, I got paid like $25 to DJ.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it means profit to me. And then, of course, you grow from where you start.
Yeah.
And it just continued to blossom. And then I got my first set of equipment. And then after that, the story was, stories still being written. But, man, that's how I started. It was crazy. And the transition to see myself, like, in the past 2 years and a half has been overwhelming. I would never thought I'd be doing as many events and opening up for all the artists that I've opened up for. It's like really cool. It's a blessing.
So what gave your career like that that turn, like where you started getting like more shows and started linking with more artists?
What happened when I was at school, right? So there's this organization called PHE.
Yeah.
Presidential Hustle Entertainment, and they were like known for throwing all the livest parties like the past decade on campus.
Yeah.
And I would always do their small events, but every year at the end of the school year they have a party called Chaos, which is a pajama party that everybody's always excited for. And so this particular year they had another DJ booked. And so I was pre-gaming, ready to go to the party with my friends, and then they called me maybe like an hour before the party started, talking about, hey Tevin, our DJ can't make it. We need somebody to fill in. Like, we need you, bro. We need you. Please do us this favor. My nerves, I'm like, dang, it's the biggest party of the year. I ain't nobody special.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't even have equipment.
Yeah.
I was on virtual DJ. So, I took my laptop up to the club and I smacked the party.
Yeah.
That party went up. I swear, it was like 2,000 people in the building.
God damn.
They were selling chicken in the building. It was. I swear, it was a live party, and the party ended up winning Party of the Year. And back at that time, SFA was like one of the top 5 party schools in the state.
Yeah.
And so for me to send up the Party of the Year, that kind of, and so many people came down from other schools because that was the biggest part of the year. So it was a lot of exposure for me on that, being on that platform. And then I killed it. And so after that, like, the call started coming in. Hey, Tevin, you want to come? We need you at U of H. We need you at TSU. We need you at PV. We need you at UNT. I was like, all right, here we go. We rolling now. And so after that, I got a manager, started taking care of the contractual work for me.
Yeah.
But that event right there is what gave me a lot of the exposure I needed. And then on top of that, I've always been a mixtape DJ. So outside of just doing clubs and bars, I've always been.
What's that feeling like when you see people like hyped up off everything you're doing?
Man, it's so cool because, of course, because we're all individuals.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and like we really no one has more power than anybody else in the grand scheme of things. But when you're in that environment, being able to change the entire emotions or the culture of the building that you're in to the momentum shift, it's so cool because you can tell a story throughout the night. You can take people on a roller coaster ride, give them highs and lows, make them feel some kind of way. You might play somebody's favorite song that'll make them shed a tear, and they're like, man, you know, that song, even though I'm not the artist, they'll be like, man, you played the song that I like. And it's just always cool to be able to like have people feel some kind of way about what you're doing in a positive way. I've always been big on giving people something to listen to outside of the club. So I'd always just put like little playlists together, little mixes, whether it's slow music, riding music, 90s R&B. And so that started to pick up my numbers on like my Twitter, my SoundCloud, and my Instagram. So my internet following started to grow too. That like helped me expand on a national level. So like I got I be getting emails from people in like Wyoming, Utah, saying, "Hey man, we like your stuff. I'm from up here. I never heard chopped and screwed music, but this is
Yeah,
dope." I'm like,
yeah.
"Well, I appreciate you." Once I moved back to the city, and this past August, meeting up with people like DJ Fat, MC Keep Up, DJ Young Troy, they've continued to just put me in places that are good for exposure. And so my talent combined with the people around me that want to see me shine has definitely been very beneficial, and I'm grateful for it.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, like as a DJ?
Man, of course, during sets, equipment getting unplugged,
Yeah.
laptop being knocked over. But okay, so the worst thing that ever happened to me, I was back at school, Stephen F. Austin, and I was DJing a party at Club Metros. Club Metros is this. It was like the one venue that all the black SFA went to, right? And it was just a little warehouse, not even a true club. They had a stage and a DJ booth and just space. And the parties at SFA would get so packed, it would get so hot in there from all the people.
Yeah.
And so this particular building had like a tin roof, and it was so much people, like the condensation couldn't go anywhere, so it was collected on the ceiling and then began to drip down.
Yeah.
And so this particular night, water from the top of the ceiling was falling on my laptop for like an hour straight.
Yeah.
And I'm on the mic. I need towels to the DJ booth. I need towels. I need umbrellas. Whatever I could get to come to stop the rain. To stop the water is what I was trying to do. But ultimately, my efforts they failed.
Yeah.
And so my laptop, my keyboard ended up crashing, so I can't type on that laptop anymore. But the party was still a success. Nobody knew that I was going through those issues in the DJ booth, because nobody ever knows what the DJ goes through back there. It's like a completely different scene. And that I hate drunk men being in the booth next to me, because all they want to do is freestyle over every song that I'm playing.
Yeah.
Bro, hey, bro, listen to this. And they start freestyling and rapping. I'm like, fam, one, I can't hear you. Two, I'm not trying to hear you.
Yeah. You do work at Spice. You want to elaborate on that? What it's like being a DJ at a strip club?
It's cool. DJing at a strip club is not something I ever thought I would be doing.
Yeah.
But of course, when the money calls, and it makes sense to you, then of course you follow the money. So DJing in a strip club is interesting. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. Because you got girls that do X, Y, and Z to get out of their mental state. So a lot of drinking going on. They smoke a lot. Other drugs, so like you definitely see a lot and you're exposed to a lot. Mm-hmm. So that I feel like I was kind of sheltered growing up. So being in that environment has shown me a lot of new things. But outside of that, it's just a lot of personalities to deal with. So many girls. I might have 15, 20 girls on one night. One girl has this going on. One has this going on. They're all coming to you asking you, "Can you pay this? Can you pay this?" Or "Why is so and so looking at me this way?"
So outside of DJing, is there anything you're trying to branch off into, or anything you're promoting?
Outside of DJing, of course, I'm not trying to branch off into it, but I'll definitely continue my civil advocacy work and my civil rights work. I'm an advocate for civil rights. For those who don't know, so I'll definitely fight for the rights for minorities, LGBTQ community, everybody that's opposing the majority, the oppressors rather. I try to fight for them, because there are a lot of injustices that we face. And of course, us being people of color in this room, we of course understand the lifestyle that we live in. So I just try to speak up, fight, go to the Capitol Hill and lobby with congressmen about getting certain laws changed that I feel are discriminatory towards our people. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I just want to continue to climb in my growth, being a civil rights advocate, and spread the message of positivity and the reason and the purpose for it. So if I could just be a civil rights advocate and DJ for the rest of my life, regardless of money or income, I would. Those are probably the two most things that I'm passionate about. And to me, they both have very significant parts in life, because of course you need laws and legislation change for the betterment of your life. But outside of the world, music is an escape. Yeah. And so to be able to have my hands in both of those pots is like really, really, really cool.
Has there ever been a point in time where both of those have met for you?
Not yet. But actually this summer in July, I had my first opportunity. I'll be DJing for the NDouble ACP, which is like perfect for me. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
They're having the national convention in San Antonio, Texas, July 14th through the 18th, and so for them to reach out to me to DJ for some of their events, it's like a perfect marriage right there.
So what made you want to be a part of like NAACP or like fight for these rights for minorities?
What made me want to do it wasn't my decision. When I was in 8th grade, my mom signed me and my brother up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I had kind of known what the acronym was from reading it in history books, saying that people like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks were affiliated. I always had a sense of awareness as to what it was, but it wasn't until maybe a year after she paid our first membership that I had began to get involved with the local San Antonio youth chapter, and we would just go to different churches, schools, homeless shelters, boys' homes, and just talk to kids, mentor them. So the community service aspect of it at first is what kept me in the association, and of course, being a part of it, you learn to grow what you're a part of, and so the rich legacy is also what kept me around. And then the legacy of the NAACP taught me, I don't know how I want to word this, but it just kind of put in perspective the magnitude and the importance of what the NAACP fights for. And so once I got a complete understanding of what the NAACP does, what it's been doing, and how it's been the oldest and the largest civil rights organization in history, and the different trials that they've won, like Brown versus Board of Education, it's like things like those are very momentous in American history. I was extremely proud I am extremely proud to say that I'm a part of a movement that's bigger than myself. Yeah, and it's just so important to me because police brutality, victimization from the president, all type of discrimination cases, the Muslim ban, the Islamic ban on all Muslim countries. It's just so many things that we face. I'm like, okay, that's not right. And so for me to be able to put my voice on a platform and speak up is what kept me around. But initially, it wasn't my decision to join the association, but I'm forever grateful to my mother for introducing it to me because it's become something that I love and I'm truly passionate about now.
Is your mom part of the NAACP?
Of course. My whole family is.
You want to elaborate on that? Like some things that she's done?
Well, with my mom, it's kind of like the same thing. So I think we all paid our membership at the same time. It was like back in 2008.
Yeah.
I was still like in middle school. And I think she had just heard from a friend of a friend that there's an NAACP unit in town. And so my mom's just been doing the groundwork for the association. Like through my time in middle school, high school, she's been like an assistant advisor for the youth council here and has just gone to all the meetings, done all the behind the scenes work to make the chapter shine. And most recently, the weekend of Mother's Day, she was awarded by the NAACP for the Woman of the Year award just for her work. So that in itself is like a testament to the work that she's put in over the past decade within the NAACP.
Is there anything else you want to mention before we close this out? Anything else you want to tell the people? Feel like you need to get off your chest?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Doubleohtevin, DOUBLEOHTEVIN. Your girl's favorite DJ, your favorite stripper's favorite DJ.
Yeah.
Also be sure to check into my website. Got a lot of dope interviews like this one dropping on there.
Yes, sir.
New music always on my website. New mixes, playlists, whatever you want to hear. Follow your boy, stay tuned, and shout out to Geuceshotit.